This video is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I've got another fighter breakdown coming at you. And today I'm going to be breaking down one of the most talked about fighters, popular fighters in the UFC, Khamzat the Wolf Chimaev. I'm going to be giving you a brief history in Khamzat Chimaev, where he came from, all the good stuff, and also his powers and abilities and weaknesses. And I'm going to be giving you guys what I think his greatest power is. And let me give you a hint. It's not his wrestling or his conditioning. What up, everybody? What's up, everybody? NFL. Starting off, guys, I'm going to give you all a brief history right now on Khamzat Chimaev. Let's get into it. Khamzat Chimaev was born May 1st in 1994. He was born in Chechnya, where he began his wrestling career at the age of 5 years old. He eventually went on to win a bronze medal at the Russian National Championships in the junior level. In 2013, at the age of 18, him and his family immigrated to Sweden. He continued his wrestling in Sweden, where he eventually won a gold medal in 2016 and 2017 at the Swedish Freestyle National Championships. After his gold in 2017, he took a break from wrestling and took on a job at a poultry factory, where he saw the main event of UFC 194, Jose Aldo versus Conor McGregor. After seeing the two stars battle it out, it changed his life. He decided to give MMA a shot. In 2017, he made his MMA debut. He went on to have a total of 3 amateur fights, in which he went 3-0, all finishes, 1 knockout and 2 submissions. He decided in 2018 he will go back to the Swedish National Championships, where he took gold again. And after that, he would go full-time MMA. He made his pro MMA debut in 2018, where he won via TKO in the second round. He had one more fight after that, and he started to compete for Brave CF. He went 4-0 in Brave CF, in which only one of those fights made it to the second round. And in July 16th in 2020, he made his UFC debut versus John Phillips. Y'all know how that fight went. He fought again in 10 days versus Reese McKee at welterweight, where he won via TKO. Man, the guy jumped back up to middleweight, where he faced Gerald Meerschaert, where he won via one-punch KO. After the Meerschaert KO, he had a brief battle with COVID-19, which he himself and many others thought his MMA career was over as we knew it. But after taking time off and seeking medical help, he was able to make a return in October 2021, and where he faced top 15 contender in Li Jingliang, where he won technical submission, first round rear naked choke. Which brings us to this point right now. He is a huge star right now with a massive following. He is one of, if not the most anticipated prospects in MMA. And with that brief history on Khamzat Chimaev, it is time for a powers and ability breakdown. But before we get into the breakdown, a quick word from this video's sponsor. This video is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. Before the bell rings this Saturday at UFC 273, be sure you're in on the action with DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the UFC. DraftKings has a knockout offer for new customers. Bet just $1 on the main event and get $100 in free bets no matter what. Could be a first round knockout, majority draw, or a double knockout resulting in no contest. No matter the outcome, you get paid. That's get $100 in free bets instantly once you place a $1 wager on the main event. If Sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, you can still feel the thrill of UFC 273 with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Contest. DraftKings will have millions of dollars in total prizes up for grabs for this weekend's event. Don't miss out. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code Wonderboy. Throw down just $1 on the UFC 273 main event and get $100 in free bets no matter the outcome. That's code Wonderboy this Saturday at DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the UFC. All right, guys, time to get into what I believe are Khamzat's greatest powers and abilities. Power and ability number 1, his wrestling. Obviously, we know he's got some of the best wrestling in the welterweight division, period. When this guy fights, he's got one thing in mind, and that's to get his opponent to the floor. And so far, he's done it every single time. You've seen his wrestling or his grappling competition against Jack Hermanson. And Jack Hermanson is one of the top prospects at 185, and he beat him. He doesn't just wrestle, guys. He picks up his opponents, he walks them across the cage, to where Dana White's at, slams him down, has a little chat with Dana White as he submits guys. So that's the type of wrestler in Khamzat Chimaev. He's one of the best. His power and ability. Number 2, his strength and size. Whenever you see this guy fight in the UFC, he towers over his opponents. He's a very big 170, and after listening to everybody that has trained with him, he's very, very strong. And these are guys that fight at 185 and 205 that are saying this. So you've seen this guy compete with Jack Hermanson in a wrestling match. So he's doing well at 170. He does well at 185. He seems to have the power to be able to go, between both. So to be able to compete with those guys at 185 and drop down to 170, the guy's going to be just throwing guys around. And I think that's just years of wrestling. Years and years of just picking bodies up and slamming them down. And with that said, power and ability number 3, his determination. You hear the man speak in his interview. He wants to smash and eat everybody. The guy has such a willpower, and you see it during his fights. Outside the UFC and even in the UFC. You never see his opponents coming at him. He's always going straight to his opponent and doing work. His determination to go out there to win is it's unparalleled. He has one thing in mind and one thing only, and that is to smash. And that is what he believes that he can do to everyone. It's one thing to have skills, to have strength and technique, but when you combine that with willpower and the determination to win, you have a scary opponent right there in front of you. And then finally, we're getting into what I believe is his greatest power and ability, and that is the unknown. We don't know what this guy is capable of. We've seen his wrestling, and that's about it. He's finished everybody in the first round. We don't know what his conditioning is like. We hear it from other people, but we haven't seen it yet. We hear that his striking is on par with some of the best strikers out there in the division. We really haven't seen it. I mean, he's got one knockout power against Mearshart, but that's it. We haven't seen the other side of Khamzat Chimaev, just his wrestling. I mean, we don't know what else he's capable of. I mean, from what I've seen just with his wrestling, he's beat everybody with that. I would like to see him stand and make it out with somebody. I would like to see his striking ability. We haven't seen how he handles adversity in the cage. We haven't seen somebody backing him up on his heels. How does he handle that kind of stuff? We don't know. Let's go through what I believe to be are Khamzat's greatest weaknesses. We haven't seen any of his weaknesses, dag nabbit. I mean, have you guys seen this guy get knocked down? Have you seen him get taken down? Have you seen him get submitted? No. What works against him? We don't know. And I think that's what makes this guy so special. But I don't think it's going to be that easy this weekend. He's going to be facing one of the top fighters in the welterweight division in Gilbert Burns. He's one of the top guys in the welterweight division for a reason. He's one of the best jiu-jitsu guys in the world. We saw what he did at 155. We haven't seen him submit somebody since he fought at 155 because at 170 he's been knocking everybody out, except for myself. He didn't knock me out. But you're seeing a lot of his stand-up. So we know that Gilbert Burns got striking, he's got wrestling, and he's got jiu-jitsu. At this point in time, this is going to be Khamzat's greatest challenge today. So that's why I'm so excited to see this fight this weekend, UFC 273. Hopefully you guys are tuning in. If not, tune in with us. Me and Sweet Tea are going to be going live this Saturday for UFC 273. Main card. So come hang out, come join us on the feed, and let's party, baby. So real quick, before I get out of here, I'm going to give you guys my pick on who I think is going to win this fight. And I believe who's going to be winning, Khamzat versus Gilbert Burns. I'm going with Khamzat Chimaev. Don't get me wrong, Gilbert Burns is a phenomenal competitor. He's obviously got power. He's got jiu-jitsu. He's got knockout power. He's got the stand-up because we've seen that. I know from experience he's strong. He also has takedown abilities, but I don't think it's going to be enough for Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat, he's bigger. He's the bigger opponent. He's the taller opponent. I would like to see some adversity in this fight. I would like to see it go the distance because I would love to see how he handles that because we haven't seen that yet. But at the end of the day, I think his size is going to be too much. So that's who I got, guys. Type in the comments down below who you think is going to win Gilbert Burns versus Khamzat Chimaev. Make sure you guys turn on all notifications so you know when the next upload is. Hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to join us this weekend live on the channel for UFC 273 main card. Come hang out with me and Sweet Tea, guys. Catch you guys later. Peace.